Greetings, one and all. I'm wacky. Anywho, as you can tell, I haven't uploaded in 1 month. I'm just getting out of a cold, and I thought I will just hopefully upload today. So, with the title, this is 5 Reasons Being a Technician Sucks. And this is in the workforce sort of thing. And also just with computers, phones, everything like that as well. And hopefully you enjoy. So, first off, number 1. Sorry if I'm moving around a lot, I'm just using my phone. Number 1 is expectations, and as I said, this is going to be computer, mobile, overall. 1, when you're building a PC, your expectations will work straight out of the box. When you build all the parts, even though you might get them used or anything like that. I just close to finishing my sleeper PC when it will not post, and this means not boot up, and also be able to install Windows onto it. So, how much fun is that? And with the phone part is that phones are more like very, very tiny computers, and just as computers tend to have some faults when you build them, and laptops as well, when you're messing with a phone, the difficulty from here is, phone technicians have a hard time. And not only that, when you have to repair someone else's phone, if they the customer, or you're rushed, of course you're gonna stuff something up eventually. But you can't blame the technician. You just can't. Unless they physically break it. That's when you're allowed to, Since I work as a phone technician, I know this off by heart. But it's a bit more frustrating on the computer side, but with phones it should be an easy fix if you know what you're doing. Number 2. Time. When you're building a PC, you have to have the time to look for the parts, know what you want, how good you want it, blah, 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 blah. And also of building it up, downloading Windows, games, everything like that. And then once you've done that, you just had a whole time period where you just definitely wasted, or just had so much frustration, and the time just gets to you. I started my PC part finding probably in June, and it's already November. But with me and how my budget is, I take my time, I find out what I want. If I want something that's top of the line, I'll mostly just focus on my budget on the graphics card, which I have already, which is a good one. And then processor, just to run games, even though with frame rates, and just making sure it runs 1080p at the minimum. Because that's what you're actually looking for if you have the money and the time to actually go to a computer shop, just get all the parts, all the good parts, all the brand new parts. I can't afford that much of new parts, but unfortunately with how it's been going, I might have to get one new part just so it can all work. And also fix up a hard drive that I technically damaged. Number 3, before I get to number 3, also with phones, screens are easy. It just takes a lot of practice. Samsung's a little bit more difficult, and it just goes on from there. But once you say something's a motherboard, it'll take a number of days because you have to send somewhere else, and you don't know how to do that. If you do know how to do that, you definitely know the frustration. So, hopefully, I have some of those motherboard specialists out there. Can you give me some hints? Next one's number 3, and this one's not technically, for the technician side, it's mostly for the customer service side, is the customers. Because when you're trying to explain something and you don't show emotions, I have that problem that I found out very recently, is that you try to explain, you cut out all emotions, and they take offense to that. The second part of customer service, you either have a person that doesn't know what, since with how when you drop a phone, something else can be affected, and then it can be affected in the future, or the time period is a little bit weird. The same with the computer parts, especially if you buy them used, and you just don't know their condition once you buy them. But with phones, it's a little bit more frustrating also, but with practice, you'll make sure that you work on it, is that you always get maybe this one person that compares a phone to a car when it's totally different. Why does it take a certain number of times to make sure that it's a motherboard issue? And also how long test goes, what you do, what is the risk, and also with previous warranty. Say if I repair a phone with Apple, if I repair it personally, and I have the warranty, that will void warranty. That's including with damage, with certain technician places warranties as well. But if it's a manufacturer warranty, if you do your own repairs or give it to someone else, it's common knowledge that it voids their warranty because it's not them that's doing it. So that's something that a lot of people need to learn. Next one, number 4. The stress. The stress with the time, the money, the customers, basically overall, that little thing when there's something goes wrong, you just feel a lot of stress, and then once you deal with it, the stress goes away and you feel a little bit better. But sometimes you get that customer person or a friend that comes back and keeps on saying why. With phones and computers, everything happens for a reason, and it takes either a technician or your own little search to find out that reason. If you're just saying, oh, it's broken, that's it, I want my money back, you can't fix it, I need to test it before that. So you can't just come in and say that, especially even with warranty, no receipt, anything like that. And that's including with computer parts and every other part that basically with phones, repairs, computer building, everything like that. Now, the last one, number 5, is just the main thing that I've personally have issues with, is mostly, as I said, trying to explain it to customers with cutting out emotions, because once I trying to explain something, I try not to put emotions into it because it's just a phone. Sometimes it can be fixable, sometimes it can't. I can't actually guarantee anything once I repair it, and if there's something else wrong, and even though I don't notice it, I'm only human. But the main thing I get is, as I said before, people comparing phones to cars, when I've been starting my own little stuff with computers of building them, and it took a long while for me to know that. And I've been doing computers and just my own little thing with computers for about probably 10 years now. I started really young, just so I know it, because I'm a computer gamer. I need a good computers. And hopefully you all like this video. And I'll hopefully let you all guys see once it's all done and ready. The benchmarks, the testing from my sleeper PC. It's in a very shitty case, but I did some little modifications just so I'd be able to use it, and hopefully my components don't overheat, but I might had a similar issue with my previous build, and hopefully you'll be able to look at that one as well once I finish this little PC, and hopefully I'll be able to start my regular schedule sometime next year. But at the moment, I'm just trying to catch up, make sure I get something out there, just at least probably once a month, or something like that, once every 2 weeks, just so I can stay focused in my job and studies as well, and hopefully maybe have a day off. So, hope you guys enjoy. Stay wacky.